Inside the villa, a few servant girls whisper in awe. One gasps, amazed, saying he's eating a lot again today. She remembers when he used to survive only on porridge. Another girl giggles softly, noting how he eats with such an appetite now. They expect him to return from his morning walk any moment. Just then, the young master walks in, drenched in sweat from a run. His presence commands attention. The servant girls immediately bow in respect. He smiles calmly and remarks that breakfast is already prepared. He praises their effort, walks past them, and instructs them to keep breakfast this simple from now on. They respond in unison, "Yes, sir." One servant quietly whispers that it truly seems like he's getting healthier. Another agrees. As the young master sits and begins eating, a sudden loud voice booms from behind the door. "Sir, I'm Gong Sun Myung." "Sir?" The servant girls look around, unsure of how to respond. With a sigh of frustration, the young master responds, "Come in." The door opens, and Gong Sun walks in, brushing past one of the girls without care. The young master notices this rude gesture and silently thinks to himself how impolite the man is. Gong Sun spots him and forces a smile, stretches out his hand, and calls out loudly, "Sir." The young master stares, unimpressed, wondering why this man always grovels before him. Inwardly, he decides perhaps it's time to trap this little rat. Sipping his tea, he asks with cold curiosity, "What is it, Physician Gong Sun?" Caught off guard, Gong Sun reacts, pretending to be hurt. "What do you mean, sir? I hadn't heard from you in a while and couldn't bear the loneliness. So I came. But your complexion looks completely different now. All the effort I put in, it feels meaningless." The young master raises an eyebrow and mocks, "Effort? You mean trying to seduce me with dragon phoenix soup?" Gong Sun acts surprised. "Sir, I think there's been a misunderstanding. The dragon phoenix soup is a nourishing tonic." The young master waves his hand dismissively. "Oh, really? I thought it was poison." Shocked, Gong Sun defends himself. "What? I'm Gong Sun Myung, your personal physician, sir." He bows. "If I'm not welcome here, then I'll take my leave." The young master stops him with a sharp call. "Physician Gong Sun." Gong Sun freezes. "Why, yes?" With a cold glare, the young master scolds him. "You came without being called and now say you'll leave without being told? Are you the master here, not me?" Gong Sun stares in stunned silence, until the young master suddenly laughs, saying it was a joke. Gong Sun chuckles nervously. "Bring me the writing tools from the desk." "Yes. I'll do that." He continues eating. "I'll dictate, you right?" "Yes, please begin." The young master begins his dictation. "Due to Sir Li Jin-eon's severe illness, I must remain in the villa for some time. Since this life of mine is so stubbornly long, please advise on what I should do next." Gong Sun's eyes widen. His hands tremble. Still chewing, the young master asks calmly, "What? Why aren't you writing it down?" Gong Sun forces a smile. "Sir, what are you talking?" Suddenly, a chopstick flies with incredible force, slamming into the wall and breaking off a chunk. Gong Sun touches his neck. There's a small cut. His face turns pale. The young master glares. "Hey, old man. I'm not the Li Jin-eon of the past anymore." Gong Sun stutters. "Sir, what on earth do you mean?" The young master gestures for him to sit. He begins to explain. "First of all, dragon phoenix soup. To healthy people, it may be a tonic. But to someone as ill as me, it's as good as poison. You, a physician, must know that." He leans in. "Did you really think I wouldn't notice you checking my pulse secretly when I didn't die? And most importantly, when I said I had no appetite, I told you to leave the tonic aside. I saw it in your eyes. You couldn't even hide your intent to kill me." He tightens his tone. "You're clearly not acting alone. Write down the name of the one who gave you orders in that letter." Gong Sun's voice trembles. "Why are you doing this, sir? How could you suspect such a kind man like me?" His eyes well up. The young master narrows his gaze, staring into him. Then, with a cruel smirk, he mutters, "Even a scoundrel like you has a conscience, huh?" He continues. You finally show your true colors. Gongsun glares now. I was trying to let you pass with dignity. How foolish. He glances at the servants. Now there's no other way. If I have to, I'll kill all the servants and silence them. Suddenly, he whips out a sharp needle from under his cloak. But the young master moves like lightning, landing a clean karate chop to Gongsun's neck. Gongsun coughs blood violently. He collapses. The young master casually bites into a piece of chicken. Don't get distracted while I'm talking. But even in this moment of victory, he pauses. Looking down at his own hand, he mutters, to think I'm in this much pain. Truly, a pitiful body this is. I need to recover my strength quickly. He looks at Gongsun's motionless body. Once I do, it won't matter if the mastermind behind this is the entire Yunha merchant group. He stares deeply, thinking. When I return to the group, I'll have to investigate Gongsun Miang. Suddenly his body falters. He drops to one knee. A sharp headache stabs through his mind. A voice echoes in the distance. Sir. Images flash through his mind. He remembers. Gongsun Miang? No, something feels off. These aren't his memories. Realization strikes. No, are these the memories of jin-eon? Tears form in his eyes. Ah, so that's what it was. Jin-eon, the first son of the powerful Yunha merchant group, was neither as intelligent as his second brother, nor as strong as the third. Just a lacking eldest son. He tried to fill that void with money, but fell into a life of debauchery. By the time he wanted to change, it was already too late. His neglected health led him here, a remote villa, abandoned by his family. They wouldn't even care if he died here. At first, being reincarnated without this body's memories was a problem. But now, he could finally focus on martial arts. Still, he muses. To waste such a naturally gifted body like this. With my past life's knowledge, and a few rare elixirs, I could rise to the top in no time. His eyes land on the pile of gold coins near his table. Elixirs? There's nothing I can't afford, right? He glances at Gongsun Miang's lifeless body. Oh, let's bury him. The screen fades. For seasons pass. 1 year later. A man approaches the villa and calls out. I have a letter for young Master jin-eon. Where may I find him? It is Ma Kinsip, a guard from the Yunha merchant group. A servant girl points to the garden. Oh, he's over there. Ma Kinsip looks, and freezes in disbelief. That's young Master jin-eon.